What's up, guys and gals? This is Griever back here, bringing you guys another Behind the Bar Reviews that's not a Behind the Bar Reviews because of reasons. This is One Piece chapter 984, My Bible. This chapter basically quickly answers the question about Yamato, right? A lot of people had theories. I was kind of hesitant to say whether it is Kozuki Oden, maybe something with the Moria fruit, you know, with the connection with Kaido. It could have made sense, something like that. You just don't know. With the Shadow no Mi and that kind of idea. And some people were on the whole, it's an Oden Kozuki fanboy. I was leaning towards that one, but I didn't call this, which some other people on YouTube did. I think Tekken was one of the ones. And the reason is we already kind of got the trap, the character in disguise, I'm a male, but I'm actually a female, and vice versa sort of idea. We did already kind of have that in the form of Kiku. In this arc already, so I wasn't sure that Oda was going to pull it off a second time. But yeah, okay, so Yamato, who is Kaido's son, is actually his daughter. That's the main takeaway from this chapter. So we're still going to go through this panel by panel, but I wanted to let's just clear that information up right away. So I was half right because I said most likely Kozuki Oden fanboy. Right? That was going to be our main takeaway, right? Because I don't think Oda's going to bring Oden back. I really don't see it. Same with Whitebeard and stuff. Maybe in the form of a shadow, with the whole Moria thing. But I think it's got to be handled very carefully and very well by Oda to make it work so it doesn't feel like Naruto with the whole Ito Tensei thing. So I don't think Oden's coming back in that way. But here we have Yamato in lieu of, so to speak. And apparently commander level strength, maybe even stronger, because that Thunder Bala, boom, using Kaido's techniques, something to be said for that. But anyway, we'll get into that discussion at the end of the chapter here. So the cover page this week we have, and unlike my Behind the Bar reviews, this time I'm able to kind of read through it so I don't miss anything. So might be a little longer, maybe a little shorter, because I won't have to try to remember as I'm reviewing. But I don't usually cover the cover story. There was the whole Father's Day thing. Oh, Pound's alive. Once again, I don't like the fact that Pound's alive. I don't know what influences Oda to do this. I understand the Pell thing. That was a 9/11 thing most people have summarized, or I think that was actually confirmed, the whole Pell thing. But Pound being alive, I'm not a fan. So we're having the reunion between the daughters and Pound here. I'm your dad sort of idea here this week. And once again, I don't think it's Oda, come on. Death gotta mean death, man. Oda is good. He kills off a lot of people in people's backstories, but he very rarely does he kill people off, or any type of character actually confirmed kills them off present time. He almost never does it. It's very rare for him to do that. So the beginning of this chapter, we have basically page 1, and Ogi, the brother and sister, I can't believe he used Thunder Baga, more like Blunder Baga, Baka sort of idea, and whatever. I don't really care. A lot of people find Uki and page 1 fun, and finds her funny and stuff. Honestly, I'm not amused by her character. I feel like we've had this before. One Piece has been going on almost 1,000 chapters, over 20 years. So you're gonna have some repeats. I'm just not into it. I just don't care. Her whole cleanliness and then her rage mode sort of idea and her nonchalant she doesn't really do anything for me. So I'm just like, okay, so she got smacked down. Stupid Yamato, you better not lose sight of those two. Where did they go? Page 1 gets up, he goes, almost loosened my jaw. So apparently Ugi's mad about the fact that you dare attempt to using Master Kaido's Thunder Baga, and all this stuff. So they are still chasing after Straw Hat Luffy and Yamato, who just left. Okay, so then we get Luffy and Yamato. They're in the middle of a fight. He's using elephant gun. He's like, boom! Whoa, where are you trying to take me? I don't have time to waste with you, whoever you are. I mean you no harm. I'm in a hurry, blah, blah, blah. So Luffy's arguing. with Yamato. Yamato's just saying, just hear me out. He goes, I'll give you 5 seconds. There are people watching here. I want to go somewhere else. Then no. And so Luffy and Yamato are still kind of going at it because Luffy's like, listen, explain yourself. I got to get out of here. So it's kind of weird for me because at the end of the last chapter, Luffy had no problem being carried by Yamato, basically going, yeah, like I could sense your hockey coming, like by observation, I'm assuming it was there, but I could sense that you're not a bad guy, so that's why I didn't really block or bother, like you're carrying me right now, we're running away, like he's not, but all of a sudden he said, I'm Kaido's son, so I'm assuming, I wish that was kind of brought up here, because nowhere here is it brought up, like Luffy's like, where are you trying to take me? I don't have time for you. He had time last chapter, it seemed. Luffy was kind of nonchalant, like, okay, well, I guess we're going with this guy right now. But here, it seems like, it feels like the moment he revealed, I'm Kaido's son, Luffy was kind of like, okay, you're clearly a bad guy, let's fight, you know? It's like, wait, hear me out. And that's not really brought up here. I feel like that would have been a better explanation than Luffy all of a sudden last chapter. Yeah, I can sense you're not a bad guy. Okay, we're all good. Just keep carrying me. Explain what we're doing. And then all of a sudden we jump to this chapter and Luffy's like, no, stubborn child attitude. And it's like, as I said, the only explanation I can give is that he reveals this, I'm Kaido's son Yamato, and that's when Luffy's like, oh, hell no. Clearly my senses are off. You know, I can't trust you. I wish that was explained here. Nothing here in the dialogue indicates to me that that was the case, so it's kind of weird. Either way, they're still arguing back and forth. We can't even get close to you, stubborn mule. This is only making me remember a battle from the past. Okay, so that's... I wonder who the battle from the past is, but either way, Luffy's like, I've had enough of you, and then boom, they blow the place up. Whereas Yamato, I'm sorry, we lost sight of him. Then we're jumping back to Orochi with the whole crucifixion of Momonosuke being chained up there on the big wooden cross, with the big chains and stuff. Here, it's kind of funny because a lot of the Beast Pirates don't believe that it's just Orochi's, like, fear-mongering. He's like, where did he go? To the future! 20 years ago, he went there, and that bitch, Kazuki's wife was there, Toki, and was such a witch, and she was capable of sending them to the future with a devil fruit and all this stuff. And the Beast Pirates are joking about this, going, you can find kids with top knots all over this place. How are we supposed to believe this? Like, what are you talking about? Name Kazuki is extinct. It died out 20 years ago. And then we actually get Jinbei and Robin chilling there too, that are laughing along with it. Like, yeah, totally, man. Yeah, don't do it on the stage, though. Bring them down here. And it's funny because Robin's the one that's like cheering on and saying, bring him down here so I can stab his freaking eyes out. Like, I'm bloodthirsty sort of idea. This is really interesting and makes a lot of sense because right now, and we see them kind of talking back and forth secretly, is that Robin is basically like trying to undercover, sort of like, bring him down here for fun. That way maybe Robin will have an opportunity. Though you would think, I forget what Robin's actual extension level is here, but I thought Robin was able to produce, like arms and legs wherever she kind of so chose. It doesn't need to be on her person or on her body for her to produce more arms and stuff. So clearly her range isn't far enough. I think Oda brought that up. It's like Hana. It's 50 Hanahanas or whatever. But you think that Robin would just slowly inch closer and then be like, flew, and like break the chains, grab Momo and zip, throw him into the crowd so they could try to... I mean, maybe she will do that, but I have a feeling like Robin, right now, like, great for assassination, but also great for rescue when you can't actually get close. Robin should be able to just grab and throw, as far as I'm concerned. So maybe she's going to attempt something like that. Not 100% sure. So Robin and Jinbei are trying to come up with something, saying, what do we do? Can't stand to see Momo like this. The samurai will spring into action. Just wait. And we see that a lot of the Beast Pirates who are here, Hirogo is there as well. And they're all like, Lord Momonosuke. But they're all playing the part right now. They're all in the disguise. Kanemon's set up. They're all there. So they're waiting there. They're steadily blending further into the feast. They're slowly making their way forward. So maybe now it's just not the time. But I would be remiss to think that Oda's not going to make use of Robin here and her devil fruit. Her devil fruit is perfect for this situation to just go, like, Fleur, bang, bang, like knock the 2 guards away, sort of idea if there was 2 standing guard or whatever. Break the chains and throw Momo into the crowd so they can catch him. That seems plausible anyways to me. So here we have Law and his crew. Once again, they're in the submarine, and it's where he's going to use room. And so they surface right behind Onigashima. Law uses room like a lot of people thought he would. I thought he would. Everybody thought he would. And boom, they're warped sort of idea where they need to be at the back of Onigashima. And the submarine then closes the hatch and they go back under the water. They also meet up. We finally get Izo confirmed. We knew Izo was there, but Izo's here in this chapter. They're at the back here. We see all the snow and stuff covering the place. It's a truthfully wonderful place. 2 entrances, so they got to decide. But we have Nekomamushi, Izo, and Marco. Marco drops them off. Basically, Marco just flew. Marco flew with Nekomamushi and Inarashi. Or not Inarashi, sorry, Izo. And so they're all talking about it. Marco's like, yeah, I'm beat. So apparently, Marco says this is going to be interesting. Marco spotted a strange shadow in the sea earlier. He's going to go check it out. So what strange shadow could be in the sea? One of the sea kings? The only thing that comes to mind for me is a sea king. But what else could be in the water? Because we have everybody else accounted for. Like if there was a missing calamity, if Yamato was yet to be revealed or something like that, I could surmise that maybe it's something like that. But everybody's accounted for. We have Jack, Queen, and King. We have Kaido. We have Orochi. We have Yamato. I mean, supposedly a lot of people are thinking there's going to be another ace. There's going to be the ace that's the actual head of the Beast Pirates directly under Kaido. Kaido's first mate. Some people think that's King. I think it's King. I don't think there is an ace in this regard. But yeah, so that's the thing. What the shadow is, as I said, the only thing I can think of is a Sea King or maybe more allies. Maybe some more of the Whitebeard pirates coming in some weird fashion similar to a submarine or something. Who knows? Either way, Izo's back. Izo looking like a badass. Got himself a cool scar. I forget if Izo had that scar before across one eye. But he's got himself a scar there. He's looking pretty cool. He's got his double pistols and everything. I didn't mention earlier, but Marco said he knew where to find Izo, so we went to go pick him up. So Izo wasn't originally part of the plan, but Marco was like, well, Izo, he probably cares, so we'll go grab Izo. And so I'm assuming that, once again, there's something about the Payback War. We don't have all the information. It could be that it's like, yeah, they say we failed at, we attacked Blackbeard and stuff. He goes, we never actually went into combat. We got stopped for some reason. Maybe they got stopped before they could even do it or something, and it was an impenetrable wall or something like that. Maybe he had the wrong backing, something. Maybe somebody got in their way. They claimed the Payback War and the Whitebeard pirates had a crushing defeat, but maybe that's not actually what happened. There might be more to the information, because I can't believe that, Marco and all the remnants of the Whitebeard pirates and all the Blackbeard pirates seem to be in top shape. No missing limbs, no scars, no nothing. You can't convince me that even without Whitebeard, that Marco, Vista, Jozu, Izo, all these commanders, all these fleets couldn't do any damage to any of the commanders or the Titanic captains under Blackbeard. You can't convince me of that. That just doesn't make sense to me. So, especially at the time, which is only 1 year later. So I'm under the impression that there's information we don't have. So he knew exactly where to get Izo. I'm assuming Marco knows where they all are. They all disbanded, maybe waiting for the signal, the time, who knows. But I don't think we have enough information. But either way, sidetrack there. So Izo's here. Kiku's like, brother, look at you now, Kiku. You've turned into a great samurai. Yeah, because right now, Kiku and Izo, of course, they didn't go back in time sort of idea, right? So... Kiku did or whatever. No, Kiku didn't. Yeah, Kiku didn't. Anyways, you've turned into a great samurai, brother Izo. And then we get another double spread here where it's Kaido. As I said, that we get the calamities. There's Momonosuke, Orochi. So we're all good in Fukurokuju, and they're all here. So Kaido's going to announce the new Onigashima project. So here's the big news that everyone's like, whoa, what's going to happen? They're also looking for Lin Lin. Of course, Kaido's like, where's Big Mom? Where's Lin Lin? And they're like, well, she was late, but she's on her way here now. It's like, okay, well, whatever. He goes, we're going to liven up the execution. We're going to announce something to catch your attention along with the execution of this brat. So we have Kaido standing there looking beastly because we can't see. I mean, we can kind of see that he skips leg day there. Kind of weird. But we see Jack, we see King, Momonosuke looking so small by comparison. Orochi's head is the size of Kaido's chest. Orochi somehow went from some meekly. Isn't it weird, the body proportions? Like, I'm not, like, One Piece always had weird body proportions and weird, like giant characters like Whitebeard and Kaido and Big Mom and stuff, right? Who may or may not have any giant blood in them. But you got people like Orochi who were regular sized. And now look at the size of Orochi's head. That's not normal. Orochi's head is at the size of Queen's body. Orochi's head is the size of Kaido's chest area. Like, what the hell? Like, that's not normal human proportion progression. It's so funny how that stuff happens. It's so weird in the One Piece world. Like, nothing makes sense. Biology, forget everything you knew. You know, mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell or whatever it is. Like, whatever. Forget that stuff because it doesn't matter in One Piece. The last couple of pages is, of course, the reveal that I talked about at the beginning. Yamato is actually Kaido's daughter, who is self-styled as Kazuki Oden Yamato. Apparently met Ace, which is part of the big reveal. We're having, I believe we're having a break next week, so that really sucks. Says the next chapter is going to hit July 19th, so yeah, if I work that out, yeah, we're having a break. But either way, I guess not Oden, but the one pretending to be Oden, Yamato, and Luffy do get to talk for a little bit. So pretty much it's what everybody thought. Most people had this theory. I had this theory. Roger had this theory. King of Lightning, Tech King, Joga, everybody thought that this is probably an Oden fanboy in some way. And comes to point that it is. I want to be Kazuki Oden, and he clobbered me for it. Luffy's like, why are you telling me this? Like, Yamato is explaining to the worst person to explain. It's reminding me, I've been rewatching, because I never fully watched the Funimation dub of One Piece, but it's on Netflix in Canada right now, so I was watching that. It reminds me of how Luffy doesn't want to listen to Usopp's story, didn't want to listen to whole Nami's sister, didn't want to listen. Him and Zoro just kind of like, I'm going to go do my own thing. It's Sanji, Usopp, Chopper, Robin, Jinbei. These are the people who will sit back and listen. Explaining to Luffy the importance and the backstories in the past matters so little to him. So it's really interesting here that Yamato's trying to make Luffy understand. It's like, why are you telling me this? Why do I care? It was 20 years ago. So Yamato basically explains here that Yamato was there at the Hour of Legends and saw the greatest samurai of Kazuki Oden and wanted to be just like Kazuki Oden. Of course, my father beat the hell out of me for it. You'll never see a greater samurai. And Orochi and my father killed him. I was mortified, but even so, I was inspired. I was inspired to not be like my father. After that, I found Kazuki Oden's voyage journal in Curry. It has been my Bible. So he found the writings that we saw in the flashback, all the writings with the Whitebeard pirates and the Roger pirates and all his adventures. Maybe he wrote down something about Laugh-Tale. This is the thing. This is what Kaido wanted, and there might be information linking about the poneglyphs, about the writing. There might be some of the mystery involved. Hopefully Kaido does not get his hands on it, but this could be what Yamato has been carrying in secret, that Kaido has been searching for, is the book. You know, maybe that's, once again, part of the question he wants to ask the Red Scabbards is, where's the logbook? Similar to what Don Krieg came up to Zeph and, you know, Red Leg Zeph and was like, look, I want your logbook. I want your journal because that's going to help me get to the Grand Line and survive the Grand Line. Similar here, Oden's journal and logbook would be absolutely vital to anybody trying to reach Laugh-Tale. So, I mean, it might not have any of that information, but still, the information in there might be key information, and I believe there probably is. So, Yamato goes on to explain, they don't know the journal exists. His grand adventure life and very important things are written in here, so most likely, once again, there is vital information to become the Pirate King. And now that, so he says, or she says, the the Red Scabbard Samurai are dead. Someone else has to carry on Oden's will, but they're not dead. So clearly Yamato doesn't have all the information. I mean, why would Yamato? He knows as much as Kaido, but the samurai are alive and well. So maybe Luffy will tell them that. So takes off the mask. I will fight on your side. It's a girl. Luffy's shocked, but says, well, Kazuki Oden was a man, wasn't he? So I chose to be a man as well. I can tell you that you are very strong and you haven't even tried your hardest yet, because you remind me of Ace. So Yamato clearly fought against Ace while Ace was in Wano. This once again brings up the whole, how did they not know about Oden, Whitebeard? Why didn't you go strike against them? And maybe it happened too fast. Maybe they were deciding, okay, after we deal with Blackbeard, after Ace comes back, we'll deal with Wano. But I mean, the timeline is just not really adding up for me with the whole Marco one-liner back in the previous chapters. So either way, clearly Yamato knows about Ace. So this probably is going to interest Luffy and probably keep his intrigue for the next chapter. I think we're building something huge in chapter 999 and of course chapter 1000. It's going to be the big chapter 1000. Oda is going to reveal something incredible in about 15 chapters. In 15 chapters, we are going to get gold. We are going to get platinum-covered gold melded in crystal and sea stone and all this stuff. You know, it's going to be a beautiful gem of greatness that we are going to witness next in 15 chapters. So 985 is, once again, we're on break, but people are going to have a field day with this chapter. I can't wait to see other people's reviews on this, because I'm sure people have a lot more different theories and ideas on what to say. I'm not really going to speculate here. All I can say is that it's going to be interesting to know what the relationship between Yamato and Ace was, and to see maybe Ace did figure something out, and maybe, as I said, maybe the timing just wasn't perfect. By the time Ace got back, Thatch got killed, maybe while he was in Wano, and that's why Thatch got killed and Ace wasn't there. And when Ace found out, he got mad and didn't have a chance to tell them about Wano. Who knows? Either way, this was a really good chapter. I really enjoyed this, so I hope you guys did too. Like, comment, and subscribe. As always, it's always very much appreciated. And hopefully we'll be back to a proper Behind the Bar reviews very, very soon. This has been Griever with chapter 984 of One Piece. We'll see you back here next time, guys. Peace out.